Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Saturday, 26th of March. Let me turn the sound down on this, my headphones. I've been out gardening for about 4 hours and I'm kind of tired. So now I'm jumping onto live chat. Why not? I've got quite a few things I need to do. Some preparation work for some future videos. In fact, I've got 8 podcasts I've lined up that I need to record over the next couple of weeks. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7. I'm not sure about the 7 one. Some videos to do as well. YouTube videos, basically. So all super good stuff. Hey Peter, how you doing? How's the garden coming along? I've been out gardening as well. Hey Musa, how you doing? So we had a cattery for our cats. We've got 2 indoor cats, Peter. And one of our cats died in January. She was 17 and a half years old. So that was quite sad for us. The other cat, who's the same age as well, he doesn't go out and about as much, so we've changed the category. Hey, getting to the roots, how you doing? Hey, Caripos, how you doing? So yeah, got about 5-6 videos to get recorded this week. Hey Chingy, how you doing? Hope you're all having a good Saturday. By the way, for anyone who's brand new to this or hasn't joined before, questions about WordPress, Elementor, your business, marketing, branding, ask away. If I can't answer, someone else on the group will. You know, problem solving, or just sit back and work. I mean, I won't talk all the time. I do a lot, but I won't talk all the time. You know, so yeah, it's a very chilled out atmosphere we have in here for anyone new. And I need to just work on a flow chart that's going to link into one of the videos I'll be doing on YouTube very soon. Hard work. Yeah, I mean, it's we got both cats from when they were 10 weeks old, so they were like tiny, fit in the palm of your hand kind of thing, you know. And they were indoor cats. So they had their cattery in the garden that they went into, but they like to stay indoors and everything. So big part of our family, big part of our family. And my son, who's only 6, he still gets upset when he thinks about her. But she's buried in the garden. There's an area in the garden that we made for them, so they're not far away. No, glad to have you getting to the roots. I mean, look, you know, if you want to share a bit more about, like, you know, how long you've been using Elementor, how you're doing on it. Do you ever have any problems? Anything you just want to share? And you don't have to, by the way. You don't have to, okay? You don't have to give us your life story. Brand strategy and identity. That's really good. So, Chingy, I hope when you're doing that, you're thinking about your niche area. You're thinking about the areas where, what kind of clients are you going to work and specialize in? Random question. Has anyone ever used bone conduction earphones or headphones? You know, the ones that sit here? They're meant to be really good for sound, but has anyone ever used them? I'd love to know. Are they actually that good as they make out? Bone conduction. So they sit over here, but they're small. They just sit here and go around your head. Because sometimes I'd prefer to have them than these big things. Yep. I mean, you should know by now that I do love using Elementor. And some people say that I'm very biased towards it, but I love you. And don't worry getting to roots. I know you removed yours because you had a typo, but typos are allowed. Don't worry, okay? I do typos all the time. And what did you think, Peter, about bone conduction ones? What do you think about them? Hey, Jason. Bone conduction earphones, Peter. Did you think they were good? Is it worth it, is what I'm trying to get at. Was it, like, useful, worth it? Basically, you know, is it good? So I've just got to upload a few photos. Not photos, boom, videos. So let's just go to create, upload. and one of the videos I have to upload. In fact, no, I'm not uploading because I have to do it at the same time. No, I can do it actually. I have to do it at the same time as my Buzzsprout. So let me just log into that. Buzzsprout.com. Ah, okay, that's good to know, Peter, because I was almost tempted to go get some, but I was a little bit unsure about how good are they really. Bone conduction earphones. I just was not sure. So, thank you for being there to answer my question. Thank you. Right, okay, so cheap website trap. Let's get this one up. This is just a video I'm uploading. Bayer Dynamics. I'll tell you what, Peter, you have good stuff, you do. Hey Indapri, how you doing? Good to see you again. Chingy. So niching down, get a clear idea of the clients, what specific value. Absolutely. Once you start to nail down, it's okay to be versatile and work with different types of websites, but once you nail down the types of clients and the people you want to work with and the types of websites you can build and really show off what you're good at, that's really going to help you with word of mouth and become a specialist in that area. I'll tell you what, Peter, so I use Amazon a lot. And it wasn't until last year that I then started using the return facility. Because in the past, I'd buy something, it was rubbish, and I would just sell it on or do what I want with it. And then I realised, hold on, I can get it. If I don't like it, I just return it back to Amazon. Because I've bought webcams, you know, for YouTube and stuff like that, and the quality just is not there. And then so one of them was £190. £190. Luckily, I returned it and got a full refund, and that's why I use my iPhone now for my webcam. But yeah, you know, I always like to get a bit of insight into, is something really good? Is it worth it? I mean, I never used to use it that much, which was really stupid of me. I didn't realize it was that easy to just refund and sometimes I was worried that, oh, they ain't gonna refund this, but they've been good so far, really, really good. So pretty good. So just uploading a video. Boom, boom. Bada bum, bada bum, ba bum, ba bum, bum. Schedule. When's this show? This just shows how far in advance I am at the minute of videos that I'm recording and when they go out. So I think I'm up to the 20th. No, not. Yeah, 20th of June now. No, I'm past the 20th of June. I know I'm past that because I did that video that day. So I must be on the 27th of June now. Schedule. That's how far ahead I am on videos. 27th of June. You know, there's some people that'd be like, what? Are you kidding me? It's like, yeah, no joke. No joke. Let me get these dates right now. What's the date today? The 26th. Tuesday, 5th of April. I'm listening to some trance radio, by the way, in case anyone's wondering what I'm listening to. Exactly, Peter, and that's what you need. I'll tell you what used to really bug me, though, is that whenever I asked other people for advice about microphones, everyone was so different. But a dynamic microphone, top quality, much better than condenser. That being said, condenser microphones are really, really good. If you've got a proper bulletproof, soundproofed room, then they're really good. But if your room isn't bulletproof, soundproof, the dynamic microphone, top quality. It's wonderful. It's so cool. Oh, yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. Right, cool. Let's upload another video. Just check I have actually got this video's date right. So 24th of June 2020, 24, 27. Correct, that video was right. Right, let's upload another one. Let's just upload another one. So now we're going to upload the Wix versus Wordpress one. Oh, what do you mean? I just bought a GoPro 10 for my video logs. Was better than the cheap stuff for what I need to do. Yeah, GoPro. Yeah, I always hear good things about them. Your second one. Do you wear them both at the same time? Ah, the Hero 5. Yeah, well, to be honest, though, as things improve and get better, you gotta move with the times, innit? Yeah, do you know what see, Chingy, what you've said there, yeah, too many YouTube influencers kept going on and on and on about condenser microphones. And it wasn't by accident that on Amazon I came across a dynamic and I looked into it more and more and more and I was like, hold on, the dynamic is better. But everyone out there keeps promoting all of these condenser microphones, and I just wish that, I think, definitely use a dynamic one. So Peter, can you tell something about the difference between Rank Math, Yoast? Yeah, okay, so basically Yoast has been out a long time. All-in-one SEO has been out a long time. Rank Math is much more intuitive in telling you what you need to do to improve your page, your post, and get the high scores for SEO. Yoast, I find, is not as intuitive, and it's more harder work. And all-in-one SEO, I don't use it at all. At all. If a client says to me they got all-in-one SEO, I go, right, you gotta move to Rank Math. Sometimes they want to use Yoast, and I'm like, no, you need to move Rank Math. But all-in-one SEO, not at all. Yoast is old school. Rank Math, what Yoast was major player, the big one, and then Rank Math came on the scene like 2 years ago, and they just blew it apart, completely blew it apart. And then last year, Yoast went on a major marketing initiative. They had podcasts, videos. They were advertising all over the place how amazing Yoast was, but they were all paid for advertisements. Rank Math just boom, boom, boom. Super cool. Exactly what Inderpreet says. And the fact that anyone who's never done SEO could install Rank Math and go stage by stage. Oh no, hold on a second, mate. Hold on a second. Let me give you this, okay? Just wait a minute. It's free, by the way. You just install the plugin. Right? You just install the plugin. It's free, and you can get going with it. And what you need to use is this, right? Stay there. Don't go anywhere, Peter. Right? Right, here you go, Peter. Use this. Can you watch that video, Peter? Watch that video, okay? I'm looking at you, Peter. Watch that video. Right now, Peter. Okay, get dressed. Watch that video. Hey, Ibrahim, I'm okay. Step by step, by the way, Peter. That is a step by step. It's 1 hour, but you can skip bits. It's step by step. Hey, Mark. I've been out gardening this morning, breaking the category and rebuilding it elsewhere and stuff. Hey, Society Stalker. You know when you say 47 years ago, Society Stalker, does that mean you were stalking the society 47 years ago? So how old are you now? You're going to say you're 37. So we have a paradox. But yeah. See you soon, Peter, but make sure you watch that video, okay? It is a it's the kind of video you want to make sure you watch. Probably yes. Society Stalker 47 years ago. That's the kind of profile name that just makes you want to ask a question when they tell you that's the name. You go, what? Are you sure? So once again, I'm just uploading a video, and this one is timetabled in for the 29th of June. We are 3 months ahead of schedule. 3 months. Boom. 3 months ahead of schedule. Right, okay. Right, cool. And now I'm going to jump onto sorting out the Buzzsprout, which is our podcasting platform, by the way, if anyone wanted to know. 8, is that right? 8. Let's save the episode. Don't need to know that. So we've got podcasts scheduled until the 8th of April as well. Super cool. Super cool. Hey Pickstar, how you doing? And thank you Pickstar for that video you sent me. I started it and I was like, oh, I can't be bothered with this. Sometimes I find the way he explains stuff is just so dry sometimes. Do you know what I mean, Pickstar? I was like, oh God, this is going to bore me to death, this is. And they love to throw in their little Bluehost affiliate links, don't they? Oh yeah, get your domain and your hosting from here. It's super cool, super cheap. Whatever. Yeah, so Chingy, you go through the rank math setup wizard. Yeah, I saw it, Pickstar. I watched a little bit at the beginning. I was like, can't be bothered with this. So Chingy, you go through the rank math setup wizard. And then what I do is I design my homepage first, and then I install it, and then I refine the homepage and everything like that if I have to do a little bit more. I haven't watched it all, Pickstar. It's like 3 hours long. You know, I haven't got 3 hours, but I watched a bit of it and I just found it dry. I just found it really dry. The delivery in the videos, like, and it's full of affiliate links as well for, you know, like the hosting and domain. So I was like, oh no. I mean, there's some good sections in there, Pickstar. Yeah, for sure. So with backlinks, one of the really best ways to do it, getting to the roots, is you need to kind of contact other websites and say, look, do they want to do a guest post on your website, or can you do a guest post on theirs? Another trick, which does work, by the way, okay, is you know how sometimes Elementor has a blog? They have a blog post. If you reply to the blog post and you put in your URL, because it asks for your URL, you know you can generate a backlink. It generates an automatic backlink, and their high domain authority influences your domain authority. Hey RXT, hope you're okay. Right? So backlinks, that's one way you can do it. So responding to blogs that are related to your subject matter. Don't just reply to like a blog that's nothing to do with your subject matter. That's not good. So that's one way. But also asking people to do guest posts. Affiliate marketing is like, I mean, look, on our blogs, okay, down the left-hand side, okay, our blog, I have a link to Elementor Pro, I have a link for SiteGround, and I have a link for Bertha. So if anyone clicks it, we might get affiliate commission, but that's about as far as I go with it. Pickstar I was about to say barbecue. I couldn't even get my words out. I was going to say Burger Q. Barbecue. Yeah, I know you're going to be loving that, Pickstar. How to create checklist for survey funnel in which one has to choose one out of one option, then next question. You're probably going to need, you might be able to use Forminator, which is a free plugin, Forminator, or you might just need to find a WordPress plugin. So you'd have to there'll be some quiz or conditional form logic forms where you pick one option and then it goes to the next option kind of thing. And the next question is related to the answer you gave on the previous question because they have a knock-on effect, don't they? But you might just need to look at a plugin for that. Hey Ramsey, how you doing? Hey Akash. So Themify filter is loading separately from the rest of the page. Do you know how to resolve? Themify is loading separately from the rest of the pages. Depends on how you've built it. Is it on the same page as your shop template? Is it that or have you got a page and you got your shop template and then you got your Themify bit added in? It depends on how you've added it. Is it on the same template? Yep, Mark, that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'll be doing a video, but I want to have some slides, present some slides ready for it. So this is going to be part of one of the YouTube videos. So you got it on your front page and your product page. So that could if it's on the product page, it should be fine. If I'm honest, it should be okay. It should be all right. If, however, it's on your it should be okay on your product page. Homepage, though, this is where you might have the loading effect going on. Have you also asked them, the developers of Themify, have you contacted them maybe? Not a bad idea to do that, I think, if you contact them. Yeah, yeah, cool. Yeah, good idea, Mark. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Ramsey, I would say, yeah, don't just email them. Go to the you know, the Themify. When you go into WordPress Themify, there's like the support bit where people normally put their queries and questions. Stick it in there, right? Stick it in there because someone might have an answer. Don't worry, Pickstar. We'll try and sort you out with a hit list. So Ramsey, it's not in the dashboard. So you know where it says theme. If you go to plugins, you go to theme. Let me show you. Right, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Okay, staging 3 web squadron.co.uk. Let me just log in. Right, so you know when you go to your plugin, right? When you go to when you install, this is a test website, by the way, right? When you go to, let's just say, let's just go over here to code snippets, right? You see down here it says view details. Can you see here it says view details? You click view details, right? And over here, oh no, it's not view details, sorry. Not view details. It will be, here you go, about. It will either be view details or about. So if I click on about and it takes me over here, right? Down here, there's the support, right? Look. So if there's any questions being asked, you ask them here. And you're going to get a quicker response because there might be someone else asking the same question. So that's where you go. Go over there. Yes, so what you do, Peter, is you say to them, this is for rank math, by the way, Peter's question. You say to the client they need to either do it themselves or they have to give you the login details to do it. There's no other way to do it. Either they do it themselves and they follow the video or instructions you give them, or they give you the account details. You go and you do it, and then you go, right, go and change your account now. Go and change your details. So there's an element of trust is involved here. Yeah, good question, Pickstar. So we'll try and answer some of that in the video. Yeah, there you go, Peter. Yeah, so if you're able to, if they trust you with their details, you can go in and set them up so it's under their account. Yeah, Pixar, I won't go to town on every plugin, but I will go over some custom good ones to you. But to be honest, I'm going to kind of cover mainly the ones you definitely, I would say you should have, the minimum, and then some of the extras you could have as well. No, you don't have to pay to post on the Themify forum. That WordPress support forum for WordPress is free. It's free. You don't have to pay. You have to log in. You have to have a WordPress account. So you create a WordPress account and you're fine. It's free. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, I will be covering off, like, you know, when you get to directories and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm going to try and get this one done by ready for early next week. So they're coming up in the next 3-4 days. But I can't show you it all now. Because you're all sat there watching, ooh, what's he going to write there? Can't give it all away yet. Peter. I can't remember the name, Peter, but there are quite a few. No, Dave, there's no such thing as a day off. I'll probably do a video on Christmas Day as well. I can't remember the name, but there are WordPress media library plugins. Just go into your plugins, do a search for media folder. There's loads of plugins out there. I am still very much. I have worked with clients and stuff and people where there's been issues. Hey, Stacy, good to see you. There's been issues because the folder adds another entry into your content uploads folder and your names and all of that. And I have seen glitches and problems, and sometimes, you know, you you insert an image from a folder and the website goes can't be found. And you're like, no, it's there. Can't be found. Can't be found. Even though you can see it in your media library. So I'm one of those people where I sometimes say to people is rather than having a what's the word? A folder. What you do instead is you have a prefix. So let's say I've got loads of cat photos and I've got loads of photos of cars and cats. I would put the word cats underscore before every image, and the ones with cars I do cars underscore before every image. So I just need to do a search on cars and cats like that, and I could find them. I could even do cats 2021, cats 2022. So I could do folder structure like that. Exactly what Peter is saying. A day off literally is, oh, okay, I'll 3 hours off. Mainly because I miss being with you guys. No, there's always stuff to do. There's always something that has to be done. You know, there's always something. So Ramsey's saying, what account do I use to log into Themify support? You need to create a WordPress account. So you need to go to wordpress.org or whatever and create a WordPress account. When you go in, it will say log in. So register a brand new account. Have you ever used a wordpress.org account? Wow, Maldives, mate. Peter, you're making us all jealous here. I suppose, you know, when I think the thing about, not all, but web design and, you know, web designers and for agencies, there's always something like you got to respond to an action or fix something or investigate, research, do something and all of that kind of thing. And when you get to a point when you have a lot of passive income, so there's income coming in regardless of whether you are on the job or not on the job, things can become easier and you don't have to be as on hands-on. Or it just depends on what your aspirations are for what you're trying to achieve. But yeah, really good businesses and entrepreneurs where they have passive income coming in, they can disappear for a week, but the money still rolls in. You know, that's when or they've got a team under them that still gets things done as well. I'll tell you what, trance radio is playing some rubbish music today. It's more like... There's too much singing. There's too much singing in the trance. Come on, get back to proper music. All right, yeah, take care, Jason. See you soon. Wife, do you know what? If I know I'm going somewhere, like a hotel or something, one of the questions I have is Wi-Fi. And then I also sometimes try and find out what the speed is. Because so many places go, yeah, we got Wi-Fi. You get there and it's like the whole building of 100 rooms is sharing a 2 megabyte line. And you think, what the heck? You're all sharing 2 megabytes for the entire building. Spite Zafel. I'll have a look at that. I love trance music where it's just really good, powerful music, but it's lovely melodies as well. Just remembered something I've forgotten to do. I think I was meant to email someone something. No, I wasn't. It's alright. Ah, yes, that's right. You know when you're working on something like, and you go, oh, the layout looks awful, so I go back to square one. I hate it when I do that. Yeah, what are you, Peter? I'll be 44 in September. 44 in September. What's your age, Peter? Ah, okay. Wow. Yes. You're about, well, you're 9 months. 9 months? Am I getting this right? I think 9 months older than me. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Oh yes. Oh, what are you, Stacy? Come on. How old are you, Stacy? Go on, shockers, Stacy. How old are you? They were in line. I'm not sure about that. 50. That's not old, mate. It was a long, long time ago. I mean, you know what? When I think back to when I was a kid, and some of my relatives or people that were in their late 30s when I now work out their age compared to what I am now, they used to act like they were like really old before they hit 40, and now I look at them and go, we're okay. We're okay. But I think that's just down to generational opinions as well. Like you know, I don't want to say in the olden days, but in the olden days, you know, it was kind of the norm, wasn't it? I suppose when you hit 40, you were like, you almost behaved like you were 40, but actually, it's not. You don't need to behave like you're 40, really, do you? Wow, 52. Times are different, aren't they? Times are different, though. It's like life expectancy. Yeah, take care, Peter. Hey, getting to the root, 63. Take care, Peter. You have a good weekend too. 38 on Monday. Wow, 19 years ago, Stacey. Yeah, that's yeah. remind myself of something I did. Sometimes my brain goes a bit fuzzy when I forget what I've done. Oh yeah, that was it. It was SEO. That's it. Yeah, enjoy the barbecue. All right, have fun there. I know you will. Eat one for me. Eat one on behalf of all of us. Yeah, do you know what? Sometimes when you go to a barbecue, you have to kind of also control yourself, don't you? Because there's sometimes the urge to go, oh, I'll have another one. Oh, I'll have another one. Oh, yeah, let's have another one. It's all about control. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just counting some how many plugins. Towers. dear. Didn't mean to do that. Just sorting out my slides here. It's one of the great things about Canva. I just love using it, just how easy and versatile it is. It's just so cool when it works. Sometimes it throws a bit of a wobbly and you go, huh, what are you doing that for? But it's super, super versatile. It's one of the best plugins out there, I think. Not plugin, sorry, what am I saying? It's not a plugin. It's a presentation tool. It's pretty cool. And I can only see it getting better and better. That's what I love about it. You know. I can only see it getting better and better. In case anyone's wondering, I'm just working on some slides in the background for one of the future videos about essential and desirable plugins. It's not a finite list by any means, but it's just a decent list of what we use. And of course in the video I'll explain why we use it. Or not. Hey Flippinson, how you doing? Happy Saturday to you too. Oh, of course, flip it. But you see, the thing is that let's understand why some developers don't like page builders, Elementor, Divi, whatever you want to call it. They just don't like it. Let me give you an example, right? In the old days, you had bakers that made bread, right? You had bakers that made bread or loaves or whatever. Then you had other people come along where they were mass manufacturing the breads, and it's all done by machines. The baker doesn't like it. Just like if, you know, it's like in the old days, you'd have people that built computers. I mean, you had companies that just made them and generated them. And art. So I used to do a lot of digital art, yeah, with Photoshop and my Wacom Cintiq, one of my drawing tablets. So you do lots of digital art. And I remember a lot of artists saying to me, that's not real art. That's not real art. You know, like when you do a book cover, that's not real art. You've done that with digital art. It's like, yeah, but I'm still using my hand to draw and paint and whatever. Oh, that's not real. Real art is oil and canvas and, you know, you get your thumb and you smear the paint and you splatter it with your fingers. That's real art. You're going, well, it doesn't matter what my tool or instruments are. It's still art. And I think the same thing sometimes comes with page builders. If you want to spend the time to hard code websites, fine. But have you ever said to someone, build me a header in HTML? It can be done. Of course it can be done. But have you ever seen how long it takes to build? Have you seen how long it takes? Then build the exact same thing with, say, Elementor. Now, of course, the hard code way is lighter in terms of page size, right? The resources it's using, it's going to be so light and clean. You cannot deny it's the best way to build. Absolutely. But only if you know how to build and understand HTML, JavaScripting, CSS, blah, 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 all this stuff, can you do that? Someone out there who's in their 80s wants to build a website, does not have the budget for hard coding, they can jump onto Elementor. Boom. That's what I mean. It used to take ages. And it's almost like, for me, it's the evolution of everything, right? It's the evolution of everything. You know, it's anything where you're able to do something for less time than what you did before, but you get roughly the same quality as what you got before or better, people don't like it. And I often say, well, you know, there will always be a need for people that still want it. I don't want to say the old way, but an alternative way, the original way. I mean, there are some that want this way. And it's like painting. You can either paint with a brush when you're decorating, right? You know, your walls. Right? Then rollers came out, and there were people that used a brush that did not like rollers. Then you had paint pads. People that liked rollers and brushes did not like the paint pads. Then you had sprays come out where you just spray. People that liked the brushes and the rollers and the pads did not like the sprays. It's just like technology advancement. Exactly what Mark is saying. I'm glad you clarified. I want to entry, yeah. And I use this term in a kind, considerate way, but Luddites right? Luddites, you know, the Industrial Revolution and everything, right? You know, I mean, to be honest, it's like I have ways of how I do analytics and stuff, how I like to do my formulas. There are now other ways you can do it in Excel that I don't really do that way. But if it's just another way of doing it, just do it. And I know developers, they go on and on about, oh, page builders add bloat, they do this, they do that, they do that, they do that. I have looked at some websites which are purely hard-coded, run it for a page speed insight and said, your score's worse than an Elementor website. Oh, but that's because we've got da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, no, you haven't. All you've got is images and words. There's no slider, there's no carousel, there's no video, there's no calendar. There's not even a subscription form on the front page. Your website's got stuff, it's slow. They go, yeah, but it's because it's got loads of code. And I go, yeah, so that's what I mean. Absolutely. My analysis is all over the place sometimes. It's a bit like when I do SQL coding. Or I remember someone who used to do SQL programming, I won't name the name, where they did a view upon a view upon a view upon a view. And they were like, yeah, it works. I was like, yeah, I know it works, but your query takes 2 hours to run. If you did this, it would take 2 minutes. And we proved it as well when I redid it for them. It was like, don't you realize the view only exists when it's run? Therefore, a view upon a view can only exist when that has run. And a view upon a view upon a view, you're creating like this paradoxical time loop. It just spins. And they did not, just because they had been to a seminar where someone had said, yeah, views are good, Tableau reports should be built on views. And I was like, no. The person who said that probably works with a basic table. When you're working with NHS data, millions of rows, view upon a view upon a view upon a view. No! Obviously, me and that person quickly fell out. I don't know, I'm not sure about that, to be honest, with VSS, Atom and all that. But I think it's just sometimes when something new comes out, which makes it easier for other people to join that industry and work on something, sometimes the people that work a certain way feel threatened. But for me, it's like if you're good at what you do, you will still have people coming to you. It's like people that do printing, and they still do it the old-fashioned way with printing, where they put the ink and they press it. There is still demand for that. Plugin for security. WordFence can sometimes cause problems, but the two best ones to use, in my opinion, are these two. So, WordFence or this one, all-in-one. All-in-one security. Both you can use for free. WordFence can sometimes have a problem when you're running page speed insights, because it thinks it's a virus. It thinks it's like a hack, but it's not a hack. But WordFence is okay. All-in-one WP security and firewall is a good one as well. It's free. In fact, you get a lot of stuff in there, and I prefer sometimes all-in-one WP security. Of course, getting to the roots. What does your hosting platform provide? So you know your hosting provider, who are you with? And do they provide any security? Like, we're with SiteGround, and I have to say, okay, SiteGround are pretty good from the security side of things. I have to be honest, they are pretty good. Who's your hosting provider? You know, when I do these live chats, it stops feeling like a Saturday. Does anyone else get that feeling? It now feels like it's a weekday again. But then again, I have done 4 hours in the garden in the morning, so I'm quite proud I got that done. And I'll probably do another 4 hours tomorrow morning as well. I stopped because after 4 hours, I just felt a bit like, oh, I'm done. I don't want to do any more now. Got frustrated with screwing bits of wood together. There's only so much screwing wood together your brain can take. You know, and after a while, it's like, sod it. I don't want to do any more. Oh no, absolutely, Stacey. I do think that it's always good to know. It's always so the way I see it is, it's good to appreciate the original ways and then the new ways, and then what you do is you find your place of comfort. So you might prefer to do the I don't want to say old because that sounds negative. The original way, you know, the kick-starting way, how it all started off. Then you got the new way, so you might prefer that. Or you might do bits of both, depending on the situation, right? So, it's like, look, right now, I was doing some woodwork in the garden, right? Sometimes, when I'm cutting the wood, I'm using my... what's the name of the machine? I can't remember what the machine's... You know, the circular saw. Or I'm using a jigsaw, right? Jigsaw or circular saw. And then sometimes when I'm cutting other bits of wood, I'm just using a normal saw. And it takes a while, but I'm just using a handsaw. Right? And I think it just comes down to like, you understand and appreciate what's on the table. Drop saw, yeah. And then that's it. And then you kind of, you then decide on what is the best tool or the best methodology for what you're trying to achieve. Hey Amir, how you doing? I'm glad the videos helped you as well. Bluehost, so I have to be honest, getting to the root, I'm not entirely convinced that Bluehost are going to have best security. However, what you might want to do is ask them the question, contact their support and just say, what kind of website security do they have? But all-in-one WP security and firewall is free. Right? It's free. So, and there's loads of tutorials on it. In fact, as part of my hit list over here of videos I need to create, all-in-one WP security and firewall is on there. So I'm going to install it onto a dummy site. So from scratch, go through the settings, what stuff are, recommendations for what you should do. So that video, it probably won't be for another couple of weeks. Maybe next week. But that one is due soon. But it's due soon, yeah. How you doing, Amir? Is it pronounced Amir? Or is it Amr? How do you pronounce your name? Amr. I think it's Amr. Sorry if I'm getting it wrong. Okay. Amro. Got it. Excellent. I'm glad the videos helped you, you know, in guidance and helped you along your journey. And you didn't trip up in the journey. That's one of the things that we really focus on in the videos. We really want to make sure that they Sometimes we make the videos because we had that problem, or we were trying to clarify it to someone, or I notice a question commonly gets asked where people go, how do I do this and how do I do that? So we always like to basically help people out. Don't worry, Amr. You know, it's as long as I know what we're doing helps people out, we feel really good knowing that. Okay, because I know what it's like when you're working on a project with someone. You just want an answer. You just want, you know, like some advice about, well, how do I tackle this? How do I do this? So it's always good. So yeah, getting to the roots, back to what you were saying, yeah. I would just, Bluehost have that live chat support thing, don't they? Just go and inquire with them, okay? Just double check. I can't remember off the top of my head. From memory, I don't think theirs is that good. I'm pretty sure it's not uncommon for websites to get hit by malware, or I think they have I think the only security they offer you is a brute force protection. So if someone's trying to log in multiple times and it keeps failing, I think they have something like that. That's about as much as they have, I think, from memory, but you know, double check. Okay, yeah, so do you mean that word fence is not enough to secure? Well, the way you got to think about it, Amr, is that your hosting might already provide pretty decent security as it is. The extras are, you could go for word fence, or you could go for all-in-one WP security and firewall. I have started to find out more and more now that word fence can be a pain in the ass, and I'll tell you why. When you run a page speed insight, WordFence stops it and you'll get 0 results because it thinks that a page speed insight website is trying to hack your website, which it isn't. Whereas all-in-one WP security and firewall is less sensitive to that. So WordFence is starting to become not my preferred option anymore. But WordFence on its own could be fine. All-in-one WP security could be fine. But it might be that your hosting provider already provides loads of stuff as well. So do you need the extra plugin? So you got to just kind of work it out and see what your provider says. You know, it's like, look, if your hosting provider gives you SSL certificate, you wouldn't install the really SSL simple, would you? So, yeah. I mean, I would double check with Hostinger. Just double check what they say. I tell you what, the music on this trance radio station is so awful today. I feel like just chucking my headphones out the window. Sometimes there's a bit of music and I go, oh yeah, we're getting into it. And then we have someone singing again. And it's like, shut up. I don't really care about the singing. I don't want to hear it. Just give me the music. Just give me the vibes. Give me the vibes. Because that's all I want. I just want the music. I don't want to know about what's happening with your boyfriend or whatever. I don't care. Just give me the music. Please. Hey Voros, you already used an oxygen bidder. I've looked into it, not used it, not really used it, mainly because I just felt there was at the point I looked into it, so when as an agency we were starting to formulate, right, we've got to stick to one page builder, you know, Elementor, Divi, Visual Composer, we even looked at that, Beaver Builder, all of this stuff, right? You get to a point when you're like, you start to realize which is your preferred one. You know, Webflow, looked at that, looked at Oxygen, even looked at, there was another one we looked at, what was it? There was something else we also looked at. So we did, well, Elementor, Divi, Oxygen, Visual Composer, Beaver Builder. They're the ones we proper tested out. And then we did look at Webflow and Oxygen as well. No, not Oxygen. I'm getting my stuff mixed up now. But we didn't go neck deep into it. And I'll tell you what, it's just time. I mean, when you understand, right, this is doing section columns, you don't want to get your knickers in a twist with now looking at another different type. And I tell you what, Visual Composer was the worst. Visual Composer was just like, what is this? And Beaver, what is this? And when I've had clients who come to me and they've got a website built in Beaver or Visual, I say to them, right, we have to build from scratch or we're not touching it. Or you're going to have to find someone else. And they then say, but we're struggling to find someone competent to work on it. And I go, do you know why? Because people have moved on to something better. No one wants to work with crap. You know? Who wants to work with crap? Not me for sure. Because it stinks. We don't want to work with it. Are you a fan of Oxygen Builder, Voros? Might be pronouncing your name wrong. Is it Voro? Voros? Voros Laszlo? I might be getting your name wrong. Sorry. So I always suggest hello. Right, okay, so Amir, the thing is that hello is quite raw and basic. However, can I ask you a question? What would you use the sidebar for? What would you use the sidebar for? So just tell me what you would use the sidebar for. Whoops, sorry. Just tell me what you would use the sidebar for. All right, yeah. So filters and some links to take my customers to what I need to offer. So what you got to think about, yeah, is that when you build like your shop page, okay. So right, so this is your shop page, right? This might be a section, right? You might have a big column here, and then a smaller column here. That column can contain your filters. You can stick your filter in. Themify. Themify is a good one. You could stick your filter in there. In our video on Themify, we do that. You could also you could have a blog post or whatever, or even a page, and then in your columns you stick what you want to stick. So the sidebar, the trouble with sidebars is they're very restricted. Here you go, and they're based on percentages and whatever. Whereas now you can pick and choose. Does the sidebar appear throughout the website, certain pages, wherever you want? So all you got to do is just use a column. Just use a column up. That's all you got to do. Pretty simple. You can do it. Right, I've got too much stuff on this page now. I've got to try and fit loads more stuff on. Right, okay, so Amir, here's the thing, right, okay. Here's the thing. 12 years ago, I would have been buying a premium theme because I couldn't be bothered to hard code. Since we've had Elementor and Hello, you don't need a premium theme. In fact, there is only one premium theme I would ever buy for my client if they needed it. That's the My Listing theme. It's a directory theme. It comes with everything you need in it to build your directory website. It's a powerhouse. It's brilliant. My Listing. That's the only time we'll get a theme. Or if it is a very bespoke, particular type of hotel renting website. But everything else, generally, you should be able to just do Hello. You don't need a premium theme. Because when you buy a premium theme, like Woodmart, right, it's not going to give you everything you want, right? And there's going to be limitations. Unless you're happy to do like mess around with the theme, the child theme, or code snippets and a bit of JavaScripting and a bit of this, bit of that. If you're comfortable with that, you can get away with it. But the cost, but it's dead. I just think that a lot of themes that get pumped out there, they're misleading because like you don't need them and they actually limit creativity. And you know, yeah, I just think it limits creativity. So I just don't think they're worth it. But once again, that's just my opinion. Okay? It's just my opinion. And believe me, there's a lot of people that will say, no, he's talking rubbish. Don't listen to him. Who the hell is he? And I agree, don't listen to me. Go with your gut instinct. But obviously, you bought that theme and now you're asking about Hello. So it sounds to me like you're now thinking about going back to Hello. Now, is that because of people, videos and stuff you're watching? Or is it because Woodmart does not give you exactly what you need? So what's your thinking here, Amro? What's your thinking? Look when I start in 2020. I'm waiting for you to carry. I watch Made to Nowhere and from where and which I have to learn. Yeah, the trouble is, though, a lot of videos in the early days, they were often just promoting themes because they want to get affiliate commission. So they're not being totally honest with you. And there's a lot of them that don't recommend. Have you noticed how many videos out there don't actually recommend Hello? How many of them do that? They all tend to go, yeah, Ocean WP, Astra Pro, Cadence Pro. They love to promote that because they want to get affiliate commission. Whereas I tell everyone, just go for Hello. I will promote My Listing. I don't have no affiliate link to My Listing. Watch my videos. There is not a single My Listing affiliate link there. Because I'm telling you, use it for directory. But whether you use it or not is up to you. There's no link. And Hello, there's no commission for it. It's free. And I would rather people invested their money in a better logo, better designing, you know, just better stuff generally, rather than a theme or a plugin where actually a free version was just as good. Because once you do that, you know, it's not good. Yeah, Elementor is a powerhouse, not because people are forced into using it, but because it is so versatile in page building and what you can do with it. So that's why you're absolutely right that you found WordPress is over 40% of websites out there. It's been around so long and it is still over 40%, even with all these new things coming out. And Elementor, they passed the 10 million mark like what? 2-3 months? No, longer than that. Nearly 4 months ago now, I think they passed the 10 million mark of active installations. Hang on, I'll just gotta quickly send someone a link, Amir, and I'll come back to you in a moment. Just give me 30 seconds. Just gotta get a link code for someone. Right, so you've tried Astra and Hello. Don't found compare favorite items for products. Then I started to put many plugins I found premium fee maybe better. Yeah, but you could use Hello, and then there will be a compare product plugin that you could use. Also, you need to be using Elementor Pro. You know, are you using Elementor Pro? Number one. So number one, are you using Elementor Pro? Number two, are you, when you're looking for a plugin, go to Google, search for, I don't know, WordPress, not WordPress, WooCommerce Product Compare plugin, and then filter your results to be the latest month, because then that will show you what is the latest best product. Yeah, so you don't need loads of plugins. You don't need loads of plugins. 99% of all of our websites, we don't use any Elementor add-on plugins. Just Elementor Pro. WooCommerce is different, of course, but we don't like to use plugins. Too many. No need. No need at all, right? You don't need it. Exactly, and that's why that's one of the key things we do when we're looking at plugins, in that we like to have as least as possible, because we don't want something to fall over. Because all of these plugins out there, they work to make their plugins amazing. What happens afterwards is not their problem. You know, if your plugin fails or anything like that. Hey Zanti, how you doing? So all of these other plugins and themes and templates out there, they're all going to want to make their products absolutely amazing, right? But they don't really care that much if their plugin has conflict with a third party. So minimum is good. And like I said, 99% of all of our websites are Elementor Pro. We don't like to use add-ons because there is always a risk. And, you know, when you have a client where for the last year there's been zero risk, zero problems, they are more likely to refer you on to someone. Word of mouth is the best referral out there. You know, flat out. You can advertise as much as you want, but word of mouth wins all the time. Don't worry, Amra, that's why we do the live chats, because it is like, it's an opportunity to connect, engage. It's an opportunity to learn as well. Gives us ideas for future videos. And, I don't know, you know, there's only so much I can cover off in a video kind of thing. But it's always good to do. Yeah, so Zancy, so the 3.6... there was a bit of a wobbly with the navigation menu, the drop down. And I found loads of people were doing a rollback. I found that what I did was I stopped my JavaScript and my CSS combining in my Auto-Optimize plugin, and it sorted it out. And then 3.6.1 came out, and again there was a bit of an issue, but I'm just going to wait. So 3.6 isn't totally a game, you know, end of the world kind of thing. And in fact, it's actually okay. I mean, the one thing I've started playing around with the flex containers in version 3.6. And they're really good, the flex containers, right? Have you tested them out? I need to do a video on it, by the way. I need to do a video on how I make a section with 2 columns, headers, images, and all that, buttons, with the old-fashioned way, where I've got 3 buttons side by side using custom positioning. And then, with the new way, how does it work? How does it look? Exactly, Amro, and that's what I do. So a lot of the videos, you'll see a lot of my videos, I'm basically saying, look, you can do this without a plugin. And you know what happens? Someone always comes back to me on Facebook or YouTube and goes, yeah, but you could do this with ultimate add-ons or premium add-ons or exclusive add-ons. And I go, yeah, but I've just said in the video, you don't need a plugin. So what you're saying is, yes, we can install a plugin, do the settings and do that. Or you could do it with 0 plugin. It will probably take you 5 or 10 minutes to do, but 0 plugin. And you know what? When you learn how to do it and you see how simple the CSS code was, you suddenly go, I can apply this elsewhere, right? Whereas the plugin, it does it for you, but it doesn't tell you how it does it, right? So I've got a code where when you hover over a column or a section or an image, another image or wording or text or something moves. And that code I've used so many times for different ways of using it. A plugin would have done that, but you don't get the code. So you can't apply it. You can't look at it and go, so what if I do right? Or the code, the plugin might give you a certain type of border radius, but there's no setting to modify it. But if you've got the code, you can do what you want with it. Like, psh. I mean, I'm still playing, to be honest, Xanthi, I'm still playing around with the Flexi. I'm still getting comfortable with it. Because you know when you get so familiar with doing columns and sections and there's a certain way you build in it. You have a pattern in your head. Yep. It's just rethinking it a little bit. So I'm still playing around with it. But I'm nearly there and I should hopefully do a video next week on that. But and I'm always a little bit worried. Well, it's now in alpha stage, which means it's practically ready to come out now. Well, it's out now, but it's practically there to become a full-blown feature. But I always worry that what if there's something that's not right? But so far, testing's been fine. I know what you mean, Xanthi. I know what you mean. I mean, so I used to use premium add-ons now and again when I wanted to do an image zoom. And now I've got a way of doing it, so I don't bother that. So of all the websites we've built, there are 2 websites that use premium add-ons. And it was literally for an image zoom feature. I couldn't be bothered to do the code. But then I found another way. Then I literally, I kid you not, I found a way to do it with 0 plugin and 0 code. No CSS code, no JavaScript, no extra plugin. And I was a little bit surprised at myself. I went, huh? How come no one knows about this? So that video will be coming out soon as well. How to do zoom in on an image with 0 code, 0 plugin, 0... Basically, it's a widget, but it's like the testimonial carousel, right? People go, oh, testimonial carousel. But the testimonial carousel widget, you can use for so much stuff, which has nothing to do with testimonial, right? You know, you put short codes in, you can do this, you can do that, boom, boom, boom. You can do so much. What, on hover? What was I talking? Yeah, the image on hover. Basically, in fact, do you know what? Now that you've said it, I'm going to release that video now. I'm going to release it today. It's coming out. It's coming out now. I'm going to go to my studio right now, my YouTube studio, and I'm going to release it right now. Should we release it right now, Xanthi? Shall we? Should we go for it? Shall we do it? Shall we do it? I'm not going to do it if you say no. Should we do it? You're super cool, by the way, Xanthi. I think you've got a great personality in the way you've got your setup as well. Should we do it? If you say no, I won't do it. I'll leave it. It's not scheduled. It wasn't scheduled, get this, until the 24th of June. I've got videos scheduled until the 29th of June at the moment. That's how ahead of I am in all the videos I create and I schedule them. So it is now coming out. Done. It's out now. It's out now. So let me now get you a link for it. Okay. It's now out. So let's say you've got an image and you want to hover. There you go. Right. Here it is. So image, zoom, boom. So you've made me do it early. You've made me do it early. Okay. I'm not happy, Xanthi. You made me do it early. You just twisted my arm. Okay, and you made me do it early. I'm not happy about this. You've messed up my scheduling now. No, I'm glad I did it. Let's say you've got I'm really glad we did it. So no plugin and no code. No code. For me, it's a bit of a game changer in what you can do. I think it's a real game changer in what you can do. So go and watch that. Well, don't watch it just yet, but you can watch it whenever. Or watch it now. You can do. It's up to you. To be honest though, there's bound to be someone that doesn't like my methodology. I tell you now, there's bound to be someone that doesn't like it. But if you imagine anyone out there that doesn't like messing around with JavaScript or CSS coding, and they're always using a plugin just because on their page in certain areas they've got a couple of images. I mean, to use a plugin just because a couple of images have a zoom in is so pointless in my opinion. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just think it's overkill. But if you can now do it using a native Elementor widget, so a widget that's already in Elementor Pro that you can now use in a different way, is going to blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind, people. And it's literally just with... It was one of those things where I remember just like thinking, hold on. I'm pretty sure this other widget does the image zoom. And when I was like, then why are we not using that in a different way? We can have words over the images or no words. We can have buttons over the images or no buttons. We can do loads of stuff, and we never have to worry about the overflow. And we got to do like some coding in the theme or wherever and blah de blah. It's all simple logic. You know, and yeah, it works. It works. But like I said, there's bound to be someone out there who's going to say, I don't like this approach, but it's not cheating and it's free. So now my schedule is no longer 29th. Now we've gone back to 27th of June. Damn it. But that's Xanthi's fault. I wish I hadn't said it now, because you wouldn't have twisted me to do it. Doesn't matter. It's out there now. It's out there. Right, it's out there.
And done.
But yeah, I hope you like it. Any comments about it? Just put it on the video. And do like. One thing I will stress though, please do like videos, because I don't get a lot of likes. It's a bit upsetting. And if you ever want to use any of our videos for your own blog or share them on social media, if you want to embed any of our YouTube videos onto your blog or your website, go for it. There's no copyright restrictions or anything. I don't mind. In fact, I love it. I like it because it means that you're sharing our stuff out there, and it means it saves you having to create content because the content's already created. So, anytime you want to share, go for it. We don't mind at all. We don't mind at all. So what did you think? Did it convince you? Or do you think, no, it's not that good? What did you think? And isn't it like when you realise, you go, ah. Because when I was playing around with it, I recorded that video last week. In fact, I recorded it about 8 days ago, right? And when I discovered this, literally the day before I recorded it, I was like, oh my God, is this all I have to do? Because I was playing around. And I was determined that there's got to be a way to do an image zoom without us having to do all of this extra stuff. Hey, Sonny Cleaforbes, how you doing, Bobby? And I thought there's got to be a way to do this where it's so simple, image zoom, without us having to faff around with code. And often, this is where I get a little bit, I wish Elementor would make things easier for us. Like, it's there inside. Let's not name the widget. People have got to go and watch the video, right? Don't name the widget. But it's inside that widget. So why don't they add it inside image? So when you drag image in, why is that feature not already inside image? And you kind of go, if they just did that. Because I know loads of people that have used plugins like premium add-ons or something literally for that image hover zoom feature. Just for that one thing, they've installed a plugin. And you kind of go, no. Because it's a bit like it's like testimonial carousel. I think that should be renamed. So have testimonial carousel, but then make another copy of that and call it custom carousel. Because people don't understand that is so important. It's like the slides. Have you ever used slides? You know when you have slides, like 5 slides, right? And then you have the speed of the slide. If you set the speed to be 9,999, which is basically 9,999. In fact, no, it's more than that, I think. I think it was a bigger number. I can't remember what I set it to. It's a really big, ridiculous number. No, not the speed. The transition speed. You set the transition speed to be 9,999, right? It means that when you have a slide, at the moment, when you slide from slide 1 to slide 2, they flick, don't they? You go slide 1 to slide 2, they flick over. If you set it to be a really high number, now when you move it, you can literally have half of slide 2 on the screen, or a bit of slide 2. And as you move it, you have complete control over free flowing in a way when you're moving it, which basically means you can now create a horizontal scrolling website. And it's not flicking slide to slide. You can now go side to side. And your slides will contain the template sections. And again, it's like so many people, when they want to do a horizontal section, they're putting in some hefty code and a bit of JavaScript code to make it work. Now, we did a video on it. You can have a vertical scrolling website, and some sections, like the gallery or the shop or even testimonials, you can now slide like that. And it's not a carousel. It literally slides, and it's literally like the page has gone like that. So you got this vertical scrolling, you got complete horizontal scrolling as well. I love problem solving. I'm like hunting for a solution. I love it, and I love to share. I love to share these things. And there's always going to be someone that goes, yeah, but you could have done it with X. I go, yeah, but why do you need the plugin? You don't need the plugin. Sorry, I need to stop getting excited. I get too excited. And by the way, Zanti, I don't know if you're still watching. If ever you want to do like a joint call or whatever, if you ever want us to jump on one of your calls or anything, hey, reach out. Let us know. Okay, reach out. Let us know. In fact, I'll put our email down. If ever you do want to reach out. But you don't have to, by the way. You don't have to. Ouch. That's... Ooh. Ooh, dear. Ooh. It's alright, I've just received, someone has just sent me something and it's awful. But yeah, absolutely, yes, Auntie, there's our email, just whatever ideas or something you have, yeah, we're up for that. I think it's the other way round, I mean, hey, I'm still small fish in the world of Elementor influencers and stuff like that. I'm still small fish. Have you seen my videos? I'm lucky if my videos get 300 views, after 2 or 3 days. I'm lucky. Hey Salah, how you doing? When working with new client websites, what is your procedure like? What kind of questions? Okay, right. So, if you want to know exactly what our process is, you have to join our Mastery membership, because we properly go through step by step web proposals, checklist, deposits, the wireframing, all of that stuff. We go in there. However, what I will say though is the questions we ask them. The questions are, when they say to you, "We want a website," before you go in and say what kind of website, you want to be saying to them, "Okay, can you tell me about your business? Where is your business at? What do you want to achieve with your business? Who are your clients? Who's your ideal client?" Don't just say anyone. Who's your ideal client? Who's going to use your website? Why do you need a website? And when they answer that stuff, you start scribbling down, okay, because you'll start to formulate in your head, do they need an appointment website, a shop website, a hotel booking website, or just a basic website with a blog or something? You start to understand what are their needs. then you start to go and probe a little bit more with, right, because once they've told you those questions, then you say to them, right, I think you need XYZ. And I think you need to think about da-da-da-da-da. And I think you're going to need this solution or that solution or whatever. And then in your head, you're already formulating the time and the cost. Because the client, all they care about is, I want a website, I want it now, and I want it for as cheap as possible. But if you understand the business, you can frame it around, look, if you want a really low budget website, we could do that, but you will not achieve XYZ. You will not attract your clients. You won't get found on Google search or whatever. Your rank map, your SEO will suffer. You're going to get swallowed up by the competition. So you got to convince them of why the solutions you give them satisfy what their business is about, what they're trying to achieve, and why it will work for the visitors. Because if they say to you, our website is about clothing for women who are pregnant, right? You now have to start thinking about, right, okay, what solutions can we do to help you to make sure that your ideal client, when they come to your website, they like it. And if the client is still interested at this point, then you start going in about, right, do you have a color scheme in mind? Are you open to ideas? Do you have a logo? What about images? Are we going to get them for you or whatever? You then go deeper, but don't go into that until you've established what is their business, right? What are they trying to achieve? Why do they need a website? Who's going to visit your website? Who's your ideal client? Right? You ask those questions, but we do it in proper detail with proper workbooks and questionnaire example of that in our Mastery membership, which you got to join. Can't give everything away for free. I just can't. I know what you mean, Zanti. It's a bit frustrating, isn't it? Because I know there's some people out there, they just put out a rubbish and atrocious video, which is clickbait, which doesn't even, tell them anything new. And they get, 1,000 views, right? In, 1 hour. Right? Or day one, they got 1,000. By the end of the week, they've got 20,000. And you kind of go, often that's just because of their subscribers list who will watch whatever they put out. Or a lot of them do use clickbait. I mean, I'm not going to name them, but there are some YouTubers that work with Elementor or whatever, and their videos, their clickbait, they lure you in. And they don't actually tell you anything amazingly good either. And they also drag out their videos. Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you about blah, 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 blah. You're like, just get to the point. Just get to the point. What do you mean? Or some of them, they just they could put out a video that says, hi, I'm just going to put out a video of me staring at the screen for 1 minute. And they'll get thousands of views. And it's frustrating. And I personally feel like we didn't start using our video channel, putting out proper videos until June 2021. So June will make it 1 year anniversary. I feel like I wish I'd started this now. Oops, my lights come on. Don't know why my lights come on. Boop. I wish I'd started this, I don't know, 2.5 years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago. Because a lot of the established people, they've actually been around for 2.5 to 3 years. And to be honest, though, when you look at their really early videos, right, they were just about getting 20, 30, 50 views maybe. But there's a point in time when there's an explosion, there's a big bang, right? There is nothing, and then there's a big bang, right? Something happened where they exploded. Something happened whereby all of a sudden they're found, people want to go to them, people want to see them, people want to follow them. It's that point there, but it's like, for me, it's like if you keep putting out useful information as regular as possible or as you can, and you kind of stay on topic or whatever, it can work. Well, I'm not going to say it works, but you got to just keep the faith, haven't you? You got to keep the faith. Just keep going. Amro, I would say try it. When it was in beta version, I was like, no, don't touch it because there might be issues, Amro. But now, because in 3.6, it's in the alpha testing now, I would say go and use it. I would say use it. Make a backup of your website. Go and try it out. So Salah is saying, do you have a favorite mail marketing agency? We've used MailerLite. And we've also used Active Campaign. We prefer Active Campaign now because MailerLite is okay. In fact, MailerLite is still okay, to be honest. Social media is good, and I would definitely recommend, Amro, that you watch this video. I'm coming on to your question in a minute, or what you're saying, Xanthi. I'm just going to quickly get this video. So if you care about social media, right, you need to watch this, Salah, okay? So this is a video I did about how to help yourself out with social media. So Xanthi started doing tutorials regularly a year ago. I know, I think it's a bit like you're always worried about were you at the right level. And to be honest, you just got to get going with it, don't you, right? You just got to do it. And then once you do it, you then realise, hey, I'm pretty good at this. I think I can continue. And I tell you what, Xanthi, you have got such you've got a cool setup. Do you know what I mean? And like, you will definitely grow. You will definitely grow. And you've got such a cool name. I wish I was called Xanthi. Or something along those lines. Xantha. Xander. But Xanthi's a cool name. So design question. Do you prefer full screen and paddings on the side or inbox? Okay, right. So when I have a hero banner, most of the time I'll go full width. Most of the time I'll go full width. However, I will still add in padding, and I might use percentage or I'll use pixel. Because if you, like right now, I have got a ultra wide screen here. This is a 49-inch ultra wide screen. Can you imagine a full width website on that? You'd be like that, trying to read the screen. So I tend to try and, even though it's like a full width maybe, I sometimes try and make sure that everything sits within 1,300 as a good starting point, or sometimes 1,200 depending on the content. And some padding is not a bad idea. Inbox layout is not a bad idea. Because, like, your image could be full width, right? Section background. But the content sits nicely on the screen. Don't know if that answered your question, actually. Because, like, on really, really big screens, right, the full width just looks so ridiculous. Like, it just looks silly. It just looks so silly. And when you look at a lot of big websites out there, Apple, a lot of them, right? If you go to the Apple website right now, right? I'm just going to go to it now, apple.com. Okay, right? I'm now going to stretch it across my 49-inch. I have literally stretched it all the way across. In fact, no, I can't share that screen because it's on... I can't share that screen. But look, but if I now stretch it, okay, right? If surprisingly, right, when you look at it, their content all tends to be basically near the middle. Some of their content goes out, but you'll notice there's loads of, other than the header and the footer, the header goes all the way across. There's down the left and right, there's just white space. There's literally just white space. So, and even their banners, it only goes so far, and then you've got white space. So they haven't even stretched their headers, their hero banners all the way across. So it's okay to a point, I think, but I think 1300 or 1200 inbox layer, I think keeps things nice and clean. Remember, I'm using a MacBook Air. When I'm connected to my monitor, great, but when I'm not, MacBook Air, that's not a big screen. The Surface Pro tablet, the iPad Pros, and all that. So I think about majority of people, you know, they might be using laptops or whatever. it's just nice. It just works nice. And even on desktop screens, I think no one's going to kick your butt if you go for a 1300. You know, it's fine. It's fine. I hope that helps, Xanthi. I hope that helped. If not, I can't help you. Oh, sorry. Okay, yes. So, inbox layout is more. It is more practical. I think it's much more practical for different screen sizes. But you could definitely do a full width with padding as well. So, what I would say is when I do full width, I might put in like 5%. Padding, not always 5%, between 2 to 5%, 2%, 5%, roughly like that, left and right, just to pad it in a bit. So sometimes I do that, but inbox layout is my preferred one when you're thinking about different devices. That's for sure. Do you know something, Xanthi? I've just remembered I haven't got around to subscribing to your website, to your YouTube. So I've just subscribed. Okay, I've just remembered I haven't got around to doing it. That's my fault. That's my fault for not doing it, forgetting to do it. And P.S. I've noticed that, you know, like, I mean, my son plays Minecraft all the. He loves Minecraft and he loves Minecraft and Fortnite. It's all he ever plays. Do I use Breakpoint for laptop? No. I'll tell you what. This is where I'm lazy, okay? I just use the standard Elementor desktop, tablet, mobile breakpoints. I'll tell you why I don't bother with the other ones. Like some people have the horizontal tablet. I'll tell you why I don't bother. It's just more work. I have to be honest. It is just more work. I have to be honest. And sometimes when you're messing around with CSS coding and other stuff, I can't be bothered. That's the honest truth. That's the honest truth. I've seen some people where they've got like 7-8 breakpoints, and I'm like, whoa, this is overkill. This is so overkill. Yeah, keep at it. Just keep pumping out your videos, and eventually the audience will come. You know, and it might be that, you know, Minecraft audience elevates to your channel, and they might go, oh, let's look at the WordPress stuff, or the other way around. You know, it's like if ever you do something and you do like the CSS coding with the @media, it's a pain in the butt when you have to then do it for that breakpoint, that breakpoint, that breakpoint, that breakpoint. And I keep saying to people is like every 3 or 4 months there's a new device coming out with a new resolution, with a different size screen, whatever. Are you now going to go and work on the website again? Because like I know that if I look at certain big name websites on say an iPad, it won't look so good. But you almost kind of go, well, that's just the fact for the screen size. And when you flip the screen that way or that way, it, you know, things either look okay or not so good. And you just kind of go, just get on with it, you know. How many websites out there? Big, well-known websites, right? Xanthi, hold on. So, Xanthi, I'm planning to do a video this week on how you can still get... You know, you're talking about the background with the fixed, right? So where the back, you know, the movement. I'm going to do a video this week on how to do that on the mobile. I mean, you should still get it on the laptop. You should still get it on the laptop. So Salah is saying, what are some good ways you can keep benefiting financially from your customer building their website? Okay, Salah, so, right, so, This is again where if you really want to get the full understanding for what to do, okay, you should join the Mastery membership. But let me talk a bit more about this. Okay, so let's say you've got a client, right? Are you maintaining their website? So are they paying you monthly? I don't know, $20, $30 a month to maintain and look after their plugins? That's one way. Number two, it might be that you refine or find a better way to do SEO. So contact them and say, hey, do you want some improved SEO being done on your website? Or I've noticed you're low in the search rankings. Do you want us to review your website? That's number two. Number three, you say to your client, hey, you got any friends or family that want a website? If you refer them to me and they get a website built, therefore they pay me, I will pay you $50, $100, £100 or whatever as a thank you. And the more people you send my way and the more they get a website built, once they've paid me, you get a cut of that. That's how you benefit financially more. Word of mouth. But now this time you're rewarding them for word of mouth. It's called a financial incentive. And when you contact all of your clients, some of them will find out that, oh, so-and-so wants a website. They need a website redoing. Hey, go there. And you pay them and say thank you for it. Yeah, please do let me know, okay, Xanthi. Or email me later, okay, if you're not able to do it right now. Or whenever. Don't rush into it. How long have we been live? Oh, I thought we'd been live for longer. We've only been live for 2.5 hours. I thought we'd been live for longer. It's not bad. You know, I thought we'd been live for longer. What Mark is saying there as well. Analytic packages, things like that. You know, assessing their page views. But if you really want to get more Salah, because I think we've told you too much as it is, giving you away too much details. But if you really wanted like workbooks, step-by-step guides, checklists on what to do, we do that in our Mastery membership. And by the way, there is no bulletproof way. I want to make that clear. Anyone out there that says, hey, you follow this method and you will have leads flying through the windows, hitting your face, you know, they ain't true. Anyone that says, hey, you follow this and you'll make $10,000 a month, it's not true. Okay, don't fall for that. Sometimes luck, sometimes hard effort, sometimes just luck of the draw, you know, kind of like you just happen to be in the right place at the right time. But there are things you can do to help yourself, because if you're not out there, or you're not on social media, or you're not putting yourself out there, basically, like I just said, then no one will see you. So you gotta kind of not be hidden. You know, there's loads of web agencies out there, right? Freelancers. And there isn't a single image of them on their website anywhere. And even when you do find an image, it's kind of the image is low quality, or they're stood in a park, or they're with their friends, or they're having an ice cream. And I kind of go, what the heck's that got to do with website design? You know, show where you're working, or show yourself with a computer, or show yourself doing just, I don't know, something. Show something. Express. Bring something out. But stood in a park with an ice cream. I've seen many web agency or freelancers like that. And I go, what was that the best photo you had? Ice cream in a park. And it's not even a good quality. It looks like a photo you ripped off your WhatsApp profile. You know, so get yourself out there. you know, and that people will find you, or it helps to back up who you are and what you do. Whereas if someone says, oh yeah, you know, I'm a web designer, people use me all the time, and when I go and go, your website's not great for starters, your social media profile is non-existent, your images of you, there's hardly anything, and your portfolio actually looks like you've just used Astra templates. The amount of times I see people that they've got their website portfolio and, hey Gary, and yay, I've been on since yesterday. This is non-stop, 36 hours non-stop. The amount of people where you can clearly see their portfolio is Astra. Like, I've seen portfolio, you know, the Stormwind shop template. Loads of videos use that when they do videos. You know the Stormwind one? It's like the blue one. It's got a lady's face looking, I think, to the left or right. I think she's got sunglasses on. It's the bluish one, Stormwind. So many have literally got exact copy of that as their portfolio. Or they've changed the image, right? But it still says Stormwind with the same logo. And I'm like, oh my God. You know, like, really? To be honest, though, most customers will probably see that and go, oh, they won't know it's an Astra template. But what if someone looks at two websites because they want a designer and both of them have Stormwind? Who is the imposter? Who stole? Who's fake? No one is fake. You're all good at what you do, but show off what you can do. Don't just put on a Astra template, even an Elementor template, right? There's one to do with fitness and gyms. I've seen that one crop up quite a few times. I've seen the yoga one as well. I think the yoga one was from Astra, actually. And you know the natural products one? There's a shop one where it's got natural products. You get free products. It's very green and yellowy. I've seen that exact template on someone's portfolio, and I just sort of go, well, you say you've got like 6 years experience and you've got over 600 clients and you got tons of testimonials, but the 4 websites you've put on your page are the Astra templates. And you kind of go, wow. Either the 600 websites you worked on were total crap and you didn't want to show anyone them. Oh, I must hide them. You cannot see them. Or your 600 websites, I don't know, what were they? Absolutely Salah. So there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with using a pre-built template like the Elementor ones. But then you hack into it and you make it work for you, your client, and their business. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes, I mean, come on, have you ever seen it? The amount of times I've seen Stormwind, I fall off my chair. I get myself a concussion. Oh yeah, no. When it's under construction or it's a placeholder, it's totally fine. I think it's more to do with where some people have said, here's my portfolio. I mean, you know, I've seen them where they've so my listing, right? My listing, a theme for directories is brilliant. Someone advertises that they are a My Listing expert, and they put a case study up of a website they worked on and what they did for them, and they had a screenshot. The screenshot was the My Listing demo. I kid you not. It was the My Listing property demo with exactly the same images. And I was like, what? They made out that they did all this work and designed all of this for a London market or something, and it was the My Listing demo. Hey Catherine, how you doing? How you doing though on this quite nice Saturday, I must say. And I'm still working on the slide pack over here for a video we'll be doing. hopefully on Monday I'll record it, or even tomorrow I'll record it. In fact, I'll record it tomorrow, which is about essential and desirable plugins. And we released a brand new video today. And the only reason we released it is because I mentioned it, and Xanthi was like, "Oh, yeah, she wouldn't mind seeing that one." But it's how to zoom in on an image on an Elementor website. You know when you hover on an image and it zooms, how to do it with no plugin and no code, no JavaScript, no CSS, none of that. Boom. Just use Elementor Pro. Aha! No code, no plugin. Like, super good. Super good and easy. Hey, take care, Xanthi. Okay, hey, good to have you. All right, and I look forward to doing like a joint video. Yeah, and happy to do it on your channel and all that as well. Right, so it doesn't have to be on our channel. We can do it for your channel. Okay, you know, I'd love to do that. Okay, and by the way, even if I do it on your channel, happy to share it on my social media and all of that as well. Yeah, so that's very true. You know, pre-built templates, super cheap. It's what some people do. They just churn out websites by just regurgitating a template. It's like the GoDaddy model, isn't it? Basic page, just image and a few boxes, just basic. Cool, you take care. Have a good, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. It's probably, I don't know, are you in Sweden? So I don't know, what is it? 5 o'clock, I think? I might be wrong. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Have a good evening. How many agency websites have you seen that all show our clients and have all the major brands? Oh my God, loads, Gary, loads. I see them a lot. And I kind of go, what have you done for them? What have you done for them? But they don't even tell you what they've done for those companies. Our major brands, yeah. I see, not necessarily Coke and Pepsi, but they show off some clothing, sports brands, stuff like that. And I go, where? What did you do? Maybe you just spoke to them in a meeting and you've now classed that as your client. What did you do for them? I know, and I do wonder that. Like have that brand even given you permission to put their logo on your website? Because sometimes you have to double check and get permission. Take care. Take care, Xanthi. Take care. We've actually been live now 2 hours and 40 minutes. Well, you know, on some of the templates, you get the there's a carousel, not a carousel. There's like 6 or 7 grey logos. I can't remember which template it is. I think it's one of the Elementor templates. I've seen websites where they've still got that, and they haven't even changed the logo. And I kind of go, do you even know who these companies are? I think they're fake logos. Who are these companies? There's no URL when you hover over. There's no nothing, but they've still got them. And I go, who are they? Who are you showing off here? Or, I'll tell you what does get on my nerves, okay? I'll tell you what does get on my nerves, and I'm going to say it here right now, okay? There are some YouTube influencers, okay? And there are some people who do agency websites. They use exactly the same fonts and color schemes as Elementor. So they do YouTube videos or social media stuff, right? And they're using exactly the same color palettes as Elementor. And I get a bit annoyed with that because they're literally almost trying to give off the impression that they are part of Elementor, which I don't like it when people ride on someone else's success. Excellent, cool. Look, you know, that's what it's about, Amro. It's all about just learning and experience. And but what we do in the videos and what we do in the live chats is just icing of the cake. Icing of the cake, tip of the iceberg. Icing on the cake. The tip of the iceberg for what we do in the Mastery membership, where we go into so much more detail. But also, it's all done at a good pace, a good level. You can drop in and do whatever you want. Checklists, videos on that. We have a private community group. So we have a private Facebook group. But also, it's not just about website design, but marketing, branding, advertising, social media, checklists, questionnaires, growing at scale, business models, signature offerings, sales funnels, cash. Okay, yes, so what you need to do, right, Amro, is you need to watch this video. Can you believe it? I have a video for nearly everything. Right, so cash. Right, you need to watch that video. You need to watch that video, okay? Sometimes it might be due to your browser. That is nothing to do with Elementor. That's just due to your browser. So you just got to clean your browser. You know, if you got a Mac, run some cleanup software to clean that. Regularly, your Google Chrome, your Edge, whatever, your Safari, whatever. Make sure you clear your cookies and everything regularly, because it's not uncommon for your website, even after you've purged your cache and your server and regenerated, you go in and it still does not look right. It's because your computer is latched onto something and it won't let go of it. Even the next day, after your machine was switched off at night, it's still latched onto it. You got to clear it. And sometimes you have to turn your internet off for 10 minutes. Believe me, do it for 10 minutes. And that gives time for your IP address to kind of almost reboot itself as well. There's all these things that you kind of go, really? In this day and age, that's what you got to do? Yeah, you do. Believe me, you do. And it works. I am going to stop broadcasting in 5 minutes. I had to think about that. 5 minutes. I keep saying one day I'll do like a 12-hour session. I don't think I'll have the energy for it. I really don't. Because we're getting close to 3 hours and it tires you out. It does tire you out when you're doing live because you're talking a lot. I'm still working, by the way. Believe it or not, I am doing stuff, okay? I'm replying to messages as well. So I am actively always doing something. But it does start to tire you out and you kind of have to just take a bit of a step back. Hey, don't worry, Gary. Don't worry. I find, though, that it's a little bit tricky to schedule in because often, it's like my day can become a little bit unpredictable depending on emails, requests, things coming in as well, clients as well. So I know some people out there, they have a scheduled slot where they might go live. But I'm not saying if my time wasn't so erratic with sometimes what happens or what doesn't. Do you have a video on your system setup? Do you mean for when I'm recording videos and stuff, Gary? Is that what you mean, Gary? Like with the videos, the recording studio setup? Is that what you mean? Oh yeah, let me just give you a video. Let me just give you a video. I think it's called Studio. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. So this is the studio, right? And camera setup. So here's the camera setup as well. Let me give you that one as well. There you go. Yeah, I do use MacBook, but the Mac is just mainly because it's silent. I mean, M1 chip, super silent, brilliant when you're recording videos because you've not got that annoying the annoying hum, the annoying humming noise in the background. So just checking the questions. Amro, I would like to tell you I watch many YouTubers every day and try to do some of the videos. I find you the first one talking about download. Let me tell you, Amro, right, there's a reason for this, okay? A lot of YouTube influencers, what they do is they skip over important things. So when they say, hey, let's build a WordPress website, they touch on the settings, but they don't really go right. They don't really explain why you need to do certain things. So don't load Google fonts, custom fonts, uncheck some of the settings, page speed, how about doing your section, then do your mobile responsiveness, then check your page speed insight before you move on to section 2. They just fly over it. And the reason they do that is because I'll be honest, I don't think a lot of them are full-blown web design agencies. They're not actively building websites day in, day out. Therefore, they just go, right, what's the flavor of the month? Can we get an affiliate commission? Ooh, let's do a video on that. And then boom, 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 boom. Everyone's watching them and everyone's happy. But I prefer to go deeper as to why you need to watch out for some things and why you need to do X, Y, Z if you care about your page speed insights, your performance, your customer experience, your Google rankings. Because, it's, I mean, the videos that say, hey, build a website in 30 minutes, and all they're doing is just dropping in templates. It's just not the right way to do things. So, Gary, this is watch the video, right? It's a 2 meter by 2 meter room. It's a small room, this is a very small room. It's not even fully 2 meters, right? Like, look, let me show you. Look, there's my wall. If I go like there you can see a window because the blinds aren't down. Whoops, let me just get this back right like that. Oops, camera's now shaking. Okay. Camera is still shaking because I went and moved it. Let me just steady it. There you go. I'm using my iPhone connected to my MacBook for recording. And I tell you what, Amro, even Elementor, right? Even the templates that Elementor give you, when you hit the grey folder and you have a template, Nearly all of those templates are not optimized properly for the mobile or for page speed insights or in terms of layout or margins and paddings. You got to go in and muck around with them. So some people just assume, oh yeah, I'll do. And then they go, oh, doesn't look right on the tablet or the mobile. So So I said I was going to stop in 5 minutes. I think I've gone past my time limit. Yeah, I have. I've already overshot my 5 minutes by 3 minutes. I lose focus of time. Exactly, Gary. You're so right about that. You're so right. You can never assume that even when you export and import that it's perfect. And it's that time to just work through things. Okay, look, everyone, I do have to cut this down now because we're fast approaching 3 hours, and I just need to crack on with some other stuff as well. Got to stretch my legs because I don't think in this entire nearly 3 hours, I haven't got up out my chair. Haven't had a toilet break, nothing. Haven't even got up, so I need to go and stretch out a bit more. It's been fun, everyone. Sorry if anyone's joined in late, but hey, we tend to do these nearly every day. I say nearly because it's not every day, but most days we are doing this. So I just think that, like, please take care of yourselves, all right? Amro, great to have you, and I'm glad the videos are working. Take care, Gary. Take care, Catherine, as well. Take care, everybody. Take care, Mark. I feel like a burger tonight. Okay, everyone, look, take care. And as always, I will see you soon. And hey, keep watching. And we just released a new video today. It's in our YouTube channel about how when you hover over an image, it zooms in with no extra plugin, no JavaScript, no CSS coding. When you realize how to do it, you're going to go, whoa, you did not know that. Because it's kind of hidden, but it's there. It is there. Right, go to our YouTube channel and go watch it. Oh, sorry, flipping son, what's it? What's for dinner? Burgers, mate. Burgers. It'll be burger. It'll just be burgers. Nothing else, just burgers and cheese. Burgers and cheese. And of course, my Pepsi Max. Take care, everyone, all right? See you all soon. Great having you. Always.